Hey, Aiden, thanks for the email. I think I understand what you're looking at there. So let me get a copy of this diagram here and put it up here where the equations are. I think you had a really good finding there that will be important. So on this diagram, see if I can crop it a little bit. You can see that there are bright and dark lines, of course. Let's see if I can just make it hover now. Okay. And I think I see exactly what you're talking about here. Okay. Let's focus on the constructive interference one, where the m equals 0. It's this one right here. So that's the 0th order. And then here's the 1, 2, and 3 right there. And that's not really where the problem is. If you look at the problem that you're referring to, it's about the minimum, not the maximum. And I think you caught on to something really important here, which will be basically to avoid confusion, I'll ask about maximum instead of minimum on the exam. So here's the one about the third minimum right here. And here is why it is different between max and min. If you put a m equals 0 right here, then you get a half of a wavelength, and it's right there. The problem said, let's get back here, third minimum, right? Where'd it go? Okay, third minimum. And so the third minimum is 1, 2, 3 right here. That corresponds to um, 0, 1, 2. So I think we did it wrong in class just because of how they were counting, and because we didn't really we weren't really that careful about how we're counting these and how the m corresponds to things. Um, so to make things simple, number one, let's just all look at the positive side so that we're on this side. And then realize that this equation right here is talking about the dark line. So m equals 0, 1, 2, but that's actually the third line. So to avoid confusion on the test, I will not do that one because I did it wrong in class. I was just off by one because I didn't look at the equation and how it relates over here to the diagram. That's important. So instead, we'll just keep it simple like this. M 0, 1, 2, 3, M equals 0, 1, 2, 3. And so if I saw a question like this randomly appear on the test, I would say third maximum just to avoid all of that confusion. I guess I'll put this one in ChatGPT. I think that's what you're asking. Let me double check here. And, yeah, and Google. And yeah, M equals 3. Yeah, third minimum. Yeah, I do see in your email, it does say third minimum. So yeah, yes, indeed. That's what's going to happen is on this one right here, they're going to say that we need to use the n equals 2. I bet. Yep, there it is because it's the third minimum. So this is correct. And that just means that I just was not that careful in class when I was looking at the word minimum and not thinking that, 0, what it meant on the diagram. I hope that makes sense, right? Because this is the zero dark band. It's easier to think about this one because it's kind of at the origin. So it's just a little bit subtle differences there. So I do agree that the correct answer is this one right here. Um, and so I guess I'll have to go in and change the D2L answer. Oh my. Okay. All right. Let's see if there's any other questions you had. I'll look through your email right quick. Second email. Yeah. Okay. Um, yeah, your questions is talking about do you start at 0 or start at 1? You start at 0 um, if you're talking about the maximum, and I'll just exclude questions that deal with minimum since I made a mistake in class and just kind of skipped over that 0 term right here, giving you the half wavelength, which is not at the origin. All right, good work on that. Let me know if you have any other questions, and I'll see you soon.